You've read the title, you've seen the thumbnail. Today, we'll be beating LittleBigPlanet 3 without grabbing. Now I know what you may be thinking, NerdyAnt64, how are you, a highly unevolved degenerate who's worse at platforming than an arthritic grandmother, going to complete such a strenuous task? By cheating, of course. The rules are very simple. We'll be completing this game on an old save. The reason for this is so we can access God's gift, given to us by praying 3 times a week while playing Saba with the Pride costume, the sack pockets. This specimen is the equivalent to the Minecraft inventory, allowing us to have full access to all the power-ups our hearts desire. This will allow us to skip many grabs later in the run. Second, and most importantly, Sackboy's hands are not allowed to grab anything, even though it's not November. This means he's not allowed to climb walls or swing off sponges, because this isn't Marvel's Spider-Man for the PS4 and PS5 consoles. However, the R1 button is still allowed to use power-ups. Also, no glitches or anything like that, because I have no clue how to do any of them. These following rules have been done because I'm exceptionally bad at video games. Unlike this guy who used complex parkour mechanics, we will simply be cheating during this run. Now that we are familiar with the dodgy YouTube copyright guidelines, let us begin. We started off this run with a banger, smashing through this level faster than the Living King smashing through testosterone, and didn't have to grab anything at all. A truly tremendous start. However, this happiness was very short-lived, as on the second level of this game, we immediately get by the climbing mechanic.
Use the grab button to climb along a climbable surface.
Do not worry, my friends. We don't give up on this Christian channel. When we get bashed on the streets, we get up. When we tear a bicep in the gym, we keep on curling. When we get rejected by a girl, we keep on getting rejected. So now that you're all aware that skipping this jump is impossible, we'll be changing the questions of this video to how many grabs does it take to beat LittleBigPlanet? Because let's be real, who actually thought this was possible? It's not even freaking close. The rest of this level, we are forced to grab 2 more times for 3 grabs in total for the first 2 levels of this run. In the next level, we're on this doofus's flying blimp where we are introduced to the Pumpinator, which sucks and blows. Wait a second, I thought this was a kid's game. This power will actually come in handy to skip a few grabs in the future. Here we have it, folks, our first skip of today's run. Usually you would pull this platform down and climb on this disgusting wall, but we don't climb on walls in this challenge, so I use the quadratic formula to calculate that I can use the boost to perpetuate Christmas spirit at a velocity that will allow us to jump on the platform, then boost up again, avoiding the wall as to avoid the sinful automatic grab. And using this strategy, I made it across without grabbing, no problem. This made me even more excited than an adolescent boy watching a bra commercial. So we make it out of this level with 0 grabs in total. Pretty good so far. Anapod, unfortunately, being the Karen she is, told the manager to make us grab a total of 4 times during this level. And I must warn all vegans to look away as this woman uses her cats, and she apparently loves as ammo to shoot into fire. Mostly due to this section where you're rushing into climbing to safety, it is most likely possible to complete this section with fewer grabs using the boost boots, but I was not skilled enough for this procedure. Now we have our first boss fight of the game, which not only did I ace for my first time ever, but it was also exceptionally easy. You literally cannot grab in this section as the Pumpinator is used to kill this monstrosity. So just like Prince Andrew with sex offenses, we get away with this unscathed, only grabbing a total of 7 times in the entire prologue. But get your popcorn ready, boys and girls. It's about to go downhill from here. We continue our journey to alpha malehood in the Manglewood Swamp. If for some reason you're unfamiliar after 8 years, we need to unlock the 3 Pokemon balls to unlock the new character for each world to beat the game. We must travel through the hub world. This entails very long 45-second journeys. Let's just hope we don't have to grab too many times in the hub. Start off with this space level taking 0 grabs to get into. Here we must float through space and somehow not die from lack of oxygen. And believe it or not, we can skip many grabs by simply pushing these objects with our small woolen bodies. This level single-handedly doubles our grab count because of all these unskippable climbing sections and the pullable objects. Getting to the second marble was easier than the roasting Andrew Tate on Twitter requiring 0 grabs. The level itself, however, was not as forgiving. They, unlike our Lord Jesus Christ, did not forgive my sin, forcing me to grab 7 more times purely because of these stupid climbable sections. It's very clear to me that I'm not praying enough on Sundays, because both of these levels require double the grabs than the prologue did. Taking 1 grab to reach our next level, we complete the famous milkshake level in 0 grabs, but then a plot twist occurs.
God nuts. A plot twist.
And it takes us 8 grabs to complete. Looks like Sumo Digital pulled a classic YouTube prank, but the prank this time was way too far, bumping up our total grab count for this run to 29. But then, everything turned around, baby, as the Oddsock Soul level takes 0 grabs to complete because he's a dog, he can't physically grab anything, except our hearts with his cuteness. His final boss level also required 0 grabs, which means that I was wrong. God did hear my prayers, and completely ignored them because Manglewood still took 22 grabs to complete. The Ziggurat is truly an amazing place, because in the first level of the freaking world, we get to play as the obvious toggle reskin Yeti, which as a child made me want to pull a Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club because my 9-year-old mind couldn't understand how to use these stupid treadmills. Regardless, it took 0 grabs to complete, which is just miraculous. Next up, we have my favorite level in this entire game, So Loco, taking 0 grabs to get to. Sadly, this level is ruined by several unskippable climbing sections, leading me to make 6 grabs for this level. Now, I must admit, I am no speedrunner. I know, based on my videos, you may think I'm good at LBP, but if you think that, you must either be severely blind or mentally handicapped, because I suck at this game. However, I managed to do the final section, which meant to grab twice to complete, in 0 grabs. By using the formula y equals mx plus c, I calculated after many failed attempts that the straight line of the hypotenuse triangle must be at least 90 degrees while boosting, and then I must use differential calculus to turn Segway's body around to skip this section. And after many failed attempts and a lot of maths and a cold to my maths teacher and my first level restart for the entire run, this happened. We did it, boys. We chose the correct Pokemon, subscribed to the most skilled Super Mario gamer, generated animations, and using jutsu from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to our best skip of this run. Getting to the final orb required 1 grab on this very non-FDA approved elevator. This level required 4 grabs to get the mob through the classic arcade Spider-Man pinball machine. And finally, after almost 2 hours of boring, non-voluptuous gameplay, we finally get to play with Big Booty Toggle! His big booty was a waste of space because this level still took 4 more grabs to complete. Luckily, when Big Booty Toggle fights the second Titan, he simply runs away like a little beast, requiring only 1 grab. At least, that's what I thought, because while rewatching the footage, I just realized that if I had simply died in this section, the game would have respawned me safe and sound later on in the level. So after contemplating smashing my phone in sheer anger, I simply decided to leave it be. Due to the fact that it is possible to beat this level without grabbing like a little bitch, I will count it as being a 0 grab level. The final world of LittleBigPlanet 3 is going to be exceptionally easy, mainly because for some goddamn unknown reason, there are only 2 marbles for swoop instead of 3. The first marble we get to very easily, and is the first level my boost boots are introduced. This level is not only more fun than finding a super rare TMT toy in Amazon, but only requires 1 grab at the end to release the marble. The second marble level was like looking into a mirror. It's fun at first to see how great you look with your sexy new Louis Vuitton bag. Then after 2 minutes, you realize it's a cheaply produced shitty bag from China that costs you 20 grand, and you realize you are. This level is a similar experience, requiring 4 grabs until this ridiculous, utterly ridiculous speedrun section comes in, requiring 5 more grabs for a total of 9 grabs to complete. The most grabby level in the run so far. We can then journey to Swoop Soul level, taking 1 grab to get there. Now I must warn you, if you're a vegan or a mental animal rights activist, I must once again ask you to close the video now, as this next level contains Newton trying to hurt a fictional animal. And an even sadder news, this level took 5 grabs to complete, 60.69% of those grabs being because this queen is too much of a lazy piece of work to do any manual work herself. Here we have it, boys and girls, the last 2 levels of LittleBigPlanet 3. The first of which took me 6 whole months to beat as a child, but I beat it this time in 5 minutes with only 2 grabs, because by some miracle, this level only requires you to use the R1 button to pull out the batteries twice, despite being one of the longest levels in the game. To beat this final level, my dad came home with the cow milk or almond or soy milk. I ain't no inferior soy boy, got my calcium up and was ready to finally finish this run. The final boss fight consists of using all 4 characters' abilities to kill this glorified frat house. The toggle section had toggle grab bombs that Swoop brought down a total of 3 times. Then Swoop dive bombs at 1600 sack meters per Minecraft tick, and grabs once to throw the bomb into a cannon. Our favorite character, Big Booty Toggle, Sackboy, then uses 1 grab to detonate the explosive device, then Snackboy runs away with Newton on a freaking floaty. Where did that come from? While Oddsock uses herself as a literal bullet to kill the Titan with no extra grams, bringing the final level of LBP 3 only took 5 more grams to complete. So here we have it, folks. After doing the basic mathematics, I calculated that while using an old save, because let's be honest, why would I use a new one? There'd be no way to skip any grabs that would take forever. We beat LBP 3 by only grabbing 65 times. Honestly, not too bad, although we did technically fail our initial challenge. I haven't used any glitches or speedrun strats, so if you can beat it in less, let me know. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.